Good morning. My name is Janna Bass with Sampson Community College, and each month I am excited to chat with a guest from Sampson Community College to share insight about their area of focus and their passions for students and education. So today, Ann, thank you for joining me. We have Ann Butler, the Dean of Continuing Education at SCC. Ann, thank you again for joining me. And before we dive into your specific area of focus at the community college, share with the community how long you've been in your current position and how long you've been at the college in general.
Okay. Again, thank you, Janna, for inviting me to be here today. It's been a long time since I've been in this station, and I love being back. I've been with the college 6 years this coming February, and in the role of continuing education. And interestingly enough, I was at the college 30 years ago in the role of continuing education as well as student services and student support services. So it's been like coming back home for me, and I have Dr. Bill Aiken to thank for that. He called me out of the blue one day while I was at the hospital telling me that there was an opportunity at the college for a Dean of Continuing Education, and because I had the experience of working in the area, he thought it might be a good fit for me. And so I applied and amazingly was chosen for the position, and I feel very blessed to be working in this capacity now.
Well, we are blessed to have you at the community college, so thank you for being there. As the Dean of Continuing Education, what falls underneath that umbrella?
It's really a big umbrella.
It is.
There are really three major areas that I'm responsible for, basic skills being one of them, and that is the area of the college that provides literacy training that is critical for people to be able to survive and to thrive in today's society. And basic skills includes the adult diploma program for people who are wanting to get a high school equivalency degree. English is a second language for those people who are trying to become immersed into our culture by learning our language. And then the third area is the program for our special needs adults, for our students with some type of handicap disabilities that are looking for opportunities to learn and expand their horizons. Another area that I work with is the Small Business Center, and that is an area that is really growing under the leadership of Amanda Bradshaw, and she works with people in our community who aspire to be entrepreneurs, who want to go out and start their own business, and she works very closely with them. The third area, and the biggest area that I work with, is continuing education, and that's the area of the college that it provides training for people who have never worked but either need or want to go to work, for people who are in jobs that want to improve their skill sets, or for people who have been displaced from their job and need to learn an entirely new set of skills in order to get back into the workplace. And also in continuing education is another area that is for enrichment activities, for people who want to learn new things that can just make them feel better personally and to feel a little bit more fulfilled.
Awesome, and we have some great programs, and we'll talk about those in just a few minutes. But back to the basic skills. Most recently in December, the basic skills class did Christmas ornaments.
Yes,
Can you briefly explain some of the projects that they did, the Christmas ornaments, and maybe some of the things that they have coming up in the spring?
This is really special. This was the first time that our students in this program, when we call it the Academy of Continuing Excellence, because of the many wonderful learning opportunities that are afforded to our adults with learning disabilities. But they had decided that they wanted to start a project that would enable them to have their own garden this summer and to be able to do the planting, to do the cultivating, and to be able to raise crops successfully. And they wanted to do it without having to ask anybody for money. So all the materials were donated, and they made wooden ornaments beautiful wooden, beautiful wooden ornaments and decoupaged Christmas balls. And they were able to make over $2,000 from the sale of these ornaments. And it was primarily done just on our college campus, but tremendously supported. And it was just an absolutely wonderful event to see how excited they were to be able to create things that people really, really enjoyed. And it's also inspired them to think about some other projects that they may do in the future that can also help this program grow.
Awesome. They were beautiful, so I'm really looking forward to the other projects that
I am as well.
that they do. So going back to the continuing education piece, where you offer different enrichment opportunities for the community, and you have different programs underneath that sector alone. What are some of those programs?
Okay, we have customized industry training, which we work with very closely with industries throughout Sampson County that have specific training needs. It could be that the company wants to expand, and they need, the workers need additional skills to be able to meet the demands of what the industry wants. It could be new technology that they're implementing that employees need to learn. So that's a big area, and we serve a lot of the industries in this county in that respect. We have human resource development, which is an area in continuing education that provides people with those skills that we automatically sometimes assumed that folks have when they want to go out and look for a job, like how to fill out a job application or how to write a resume. But it's amazing how many people don't have those basic skills that can enable them to go out and get a job. And if you don't know, you don't know. And so Lonzo Royal works with this program and does a tremendous job in helping get people ready to go to work. Now, occupational extension is the biggest part of continuing education, and that's the area that does in-service training for law enforcement. We do fire, rescue, EMS training, and a lot of people don't know that almost 95% of our rescue and fire personnel in this county have been trained at our community college, and I'm really proud of that fact. Also part of continuing it, and a big part of it, is our allied health programs. We have a number of programs that a lot of people take advantage of: certified nursing assistant, phlebotomy, pharmacy tech, veterinary technician, healthcare billing and coding, basic anatomy and physiology, classes that get people prepared to go into short-term training that gets people ready to go to work. And this is the only area of continuing education where we do have prerequisites that we expect of folks who are applying to go into these areas, because we want them to succeed. And if they don't have some basic things like knowledge of anatomy and physiology and medical terminology, then the odds are they're not going to do very well in some of the higher level classes. So we do have some prerequisites that we expect of these students. We also do the paramedic training and other rescue training, and Richard Stevenson is responsible for this big area. And it's an area that continues to grow, and we continue to look at opportunities to expand in allied health, because there's so many job opportunities that are emerging in our community for medical professionals. So that's when we look at probably the biggest area in occupational extension, and the most popular is truck driver training.
Yes.
That is a huge program that we have a long waiting list of people who want to be truck drivers, both men and women. And it's been surprising to me to see the number of women who are seeing that as a great career opportunity. You know, you can go through, we have two different programs. We have a weekday program and we have a weekend program, which is longer because the students are primarily only in class on the weekends, and they're on the training field, but when they finish this course of training, which is 350 hours, it's not short by any stretch of the imagination, but they typically can get out and start in a job either locally or way beyond the limits of Sampson County, making $25,000, $30,000 and above, which is wonderful, wonderful for people who want a great career opportunity.
Absolutely, and there's such a high job placement rate,
Absolutely.
as you were mentioning.
With the agribusiness industry in our area, it's the prime opportunity for anybody who thinks they might like to have a career driving a truck, but of course they have to have a pretty squeaky clean driving record to be able to get into the program.
Right. Well, as we start to wrap this up, share with us the cost of continuing ed and some of the scholarship opportunities that you may have.
Okay. Most of the classes, a large part of the classes that we offer in continuing ed start at $70. That is pretty much the minimum for the occupational extension programs, and it increases based on the number of hours that a person is in class, up to $180 for the cost of taking the class. And that's for those classes that are long classes. For those for classes that are in the enrichment area, like yoga and line dancing and the art class, it depends completely on how many people are in the class. We based our cost of the class on what it cost us to deliver the class, which means the cost of the instructor, the cost of the supplies. So we look at how many people we have, what our costs are, divided, and that's how much we charge for that particular class. We don't have unfortunately, a lot of financial aid opportunities in continuing education. Unlike curriculum, we don't have Pell Grants, we don't have that luxury, but through the State Employees Credit Union, we do have scholarship opportunities that are available for our students who qualify to be able to get those. They are $750 scholarships, so that's a lot of money to help with providing training. And we also have some very generous benefactors who have provided some money to our college foundation that can help people get into programs if they don't have the financial means to be able to do so.
Absolutely. So no matter what, give us a call and we'll see what we can do.
Absolutely. Particularly for those long courses that require a lot of money, like CNA or Certified Nursing Assistant, where the class hours are long, but they also have to provide, students have to buy books, they have to have supplies, and those can get rather expensive.
Great. Well, as we close, what are some upcoming trends, or what do you see within the next year within continuing education? Anything new coming up that you're willing and able to share, or you want to keep things as a surprise?
No. I'm always glad to talk about what we have going on. I see our truck driving program continuing to expand because, as I said, there's a great demand for drivers in this area. Not only regionally, but we have recruiters come nationally to look for our students, and anybody who wants to go to work is able to go to work the day they graduate. So we typically have a waiting list of about 200 trying to get into these classes. So to be able to grow that would really be a great opportunity for us. We also look at our allied health classes. We are trying to expand in those areas to look at a chiropractic assistant program, as well as an area that focuses on dialysis and getting people who are interested in working with dialysis patients certified to be assistants in that area. So we always have opportunities for growth, and we're always out there turning over rocks to look for opportunities that we may not have thought of for classes to be able to offer. And we're always interested if people in the community have things that they want us to do that we would love to be able to offer. One area that we would love to find somebody who would be interested in doing is culinary arts. We think there are a lot of people who would love to do just basic cooking, but also fine dining.
Absolutely.
Cooking. And so that's an area we're looking at seriously also.
Well, it looks like some great things are coming up. You're doing great things already and some more great things
Well, thank
coming.
you.
So thank you for being here with us. We could sit and talk about this all day, but at least we were able to give the community a little insight. And what is the continuing education phone number directly?
The phone number is 592-7176, and anytime anybody has any questions, we welcome you to call, and we will direct you to the appropriate person who can answer any of your questions.
Absolutely. You can always visit the website
Absolutely.
at sampsoncommunitycollege.com.
Right. Or just walk in the door.
Absolutely. Come visit, huh?
Right. Absolutely.
Thank you for being with us today.
It's my pleasure, Janna. Thank you for inviting me.
Thank you.